Wow, this is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I should be used to this by now. This has been going on for about, I don't know, 7, 8 years at least. But it's always severely disturbing every time it happens. And it's about 12:30 a.m. on Monday, December 11th. It's pouring rain outside. There's really high wind gusts. It feels like a hurricane. I just got home from being out of this unit for just about 12 hours. I leave this unit because it's not a private space. I am unable to do anything that is remotely personal or private in this unit, and keep having to block access to doorways and entrances because people keep getting in here and literally stealing my clothing, my underwear, and vandalizing my food and my personal care items, such as, shampoos, face creams, things like that. And just now I started changing out of my clothes, trying to put on my pajamas, and the psychotic sex offender and violent thug directly below in 76 started getting really agitated. So there's a psychotic sex offender named Jasmine Irizarry, who the Greenville group is apparently sponsoring because she has some talents as a cyber criminal and a surveillance expert, as they have referred to her in the past. And she likes to sit in somewhere in the area of the vacant, empty, permanently unrented bathroom of her former unit that is located directly behind this wall. And as soon as I start to do anything that is personal or private in this unit, she starts literally filling this entire corner with marijuana fumes. And the fumes do not come from the hallway, and they don't come from downstairs. Usually at the same time, the psychotic, violent thug directly below in 76, who also appears to be some sort of sex offender, starts making banging noises to let me know that he has some sort of knowledge of what I'm doing. Sometimes that's accompanied by some really loud noise making from the sex offender. This is a legitimate, verifiable sex offender being housed in Unit 88 by the Greenville group. This often happens all at the same time. Often when I'm taking off my clothes, and I'm not even nude, I'm actually wearing a t-shirt and just pulling off my pants, and I'm still wearing my shoes. And this is what it would look like if I was wearing a bathing suit or shorts. So whatever, I'm not showing any nudity here. Just my legs, and not even the top of my legs, the middle of my legs. But anyway, I had to stop and start documenting the fact that all of a sudden, as soon as I started changing out of my pants right now, I'm not even remotely naked. The psychotic sex offenders that Greenville has chosen to place in all 3 adjacent units to mine, and I'm counting the vacant premises of the former unit of the psychotic sex offender, psychopath, and hacker named Jasmine Irizarry as a unit that the Greenville group is continuing to allow a sex offender to access. They have refused to rent that unit for over a year now. Why? I don't know. There's a housing crisis in Boston, and affordable housing such as this has waiting lists a mile long, but they're deliberately keeping Unit 78 permanently vacant just so that their favorite pet, their sex offender and hacker, can continue to access the vacant premises of her former bathroom and fill this entire unit with smoke and fumes. Wow. And she has, as I'm saying this, just now started using, once again, the same remote-controlled stun gun device that she has been using on me through that wall at close range for years. So great. Now I'm being once again, tasered or lasered by some type of device that has a remote capacity to do exactly that. Yeah, and as I've mentioned in dozens of prior videos, going back at least 2.5 years, she only does that when I do certain things in this unit, but not others. So I can tell you exactly what I need to do in order to have this psychotic sex offender, cyber criminal, and psychopath start using her remote-controlled stun gun device. And those things do exist. They're actually available for sale commercially on self-defense websites. It's pretty simple technology, you pathetic idiots, before you start thinking, oh, these things don't exist. Are you kidding me? We have the technology to put remote-controlled rovers on Mars, but you don't think that a stun gun can be remote-controlled? Anything can be remote-controlled, you pathetic idiots, and there have been remote controls for just about everything since the 1940s. Retards. So anyway, this remote-controlled stun gun device that she hasn't used for a few weeks now, she just started using it again as I was sitting here talking about the fumes that she's also been blowing through that wall as soon as I started pulling off these pants that I'm still changing out of. So now, once again, there's all kinds of fumes coming from behind that wall. The fumes are not coming from below. They only come from behind that wall. I was just out in the hallway, standing outside my door, unlocking it about 15 minutes ago, and there were no fumes in the hallway either. So as I keep mentioning, there's no fumes in this corner, even though the violent thug directly below 76 was just now making banging noises directly beneath this bed. So when he does that, he pinpoints his own physical location inside of his unit. And if he is making banging noises directly beneath this bed, he can't also be simultaneously smoking marijuana one floor down in the vicinity of his bathroom that's directly below mine and filling my entire kitchen sink area, which is also shared with the wall of my bathroom, with marijuana fumes. He can't possibly be in two places at once. And again, the fumes are not coming from the hallway, so the Greenville group are constantly gaslighting everything I tell them and saying it's not physically possible for there to be, fumes coming from the wall behind the kitchen sink of my unit because it's a vacant unit behind this wall and nobody can get in there. Well, maybe there's a separate entry point for the portion of the part of the bathroom of 78 where the psychopath likes to hang out. I happen to know that there is a 3-foot wide double wall on the inside of unit 78 that separates my shower stall from the living space of 78. So what is inside this 3-foot wide double wall that does not have any access in unit 78? The access point to the inside of that double wall is somewhere else in this unit. So she could be hanging out inside the double wall. I mean, anybody who walks into unit 78, the first thing you see is this massive 3-foot wide wall that separates the living space of 78 from the wall of my bathroom. So what's inside that wall? It's pipes. It's the pipes to this unit and the pipes to, presumably, the bathroom of 78. So whoever keeps accessing the inside of that double wall is also accessing the pipes to my kitchen sink, to my toilet, to my shower stall, and to my bathroom sink. And that's probably why there's constant health and safety issues with the water that comes out of these taps, but there's not any health and safety issues with the water that comes out of the taps from the bathrooms down the hall. Why? Because the psychopath apparently is able to access the pipes to my unit, but not the pipes to the bathrooms down the hall that are completely separate and 20 yards away. So there's that.